Hi everyone, I hope you're okay, and I hope that the videos we keep uploading are helping you out. On this video, guys, I'll be tackling the fifth question from the St. Anne's Diocesan College preliminary exam, which was written in the year of 2023. Please do expect a total number of 10 videos, since the question paper had 10 questions in total. And that simply means each and every question will have its own video. And please, guys, do take this seriously. I strongly believe that knowing how to tackle exam questions will give you an edge whenever you write your preliminary exam, and most importantly, your final examination. So please, guys, do share the video to your peers so that they may have the same edge as you, and please do help us grow the channel by just subscribing. Okay, a school has a photocopying machine which was purchased at a price of 315,000. After 5 years, the machine will depreciate and will be sold for 113,500 rands. And then a new photocopying machine will then be bought. Okay, and then now they just want us to calculate the rate of depreciation of the old machine over 5 years by using reducing balance method. For us, guys, to use a reducing balance method, this is the equation we are going to use. It's A is equal to P multiplied by 1 minus I all raised to the power n. Are you together? The value of A will be the value of the machine after 5 years. Are you together? The value of the photocopying machine after 5 years, we're told that it will be 113,500 rands, but it is bought at 315,000 rands. This depreciation, guys, happens for 5 years. So n is also equal to 5. We are looking for the depreciation rate. All you have to do, guys, is to just substitute. Since, guys, we are looking for I, just to avoid making mistakes, guys, I know that I'll simplify I by saying 1 minus the nth root of A all over P. This will give me the depreciation. Are you together? But obviously, guys, since there are marks for substituting, I will substitute. A is equal to 113,500 rands, and then P is equal to 315,000 rands. Then I have Y, 1 minus I to the power 5. I therefore say I is just equal to 1 minus the fifth root of 113,500 all over 315,000. And then this will just give me the interest. Let me just punch my calculator. 1 minus the fifth root of 113,500 divided by 315,000. You'll simply get 0.184663,168, and hence the rate of interest. I'm just going to multiply this guy by 100. That's 18.47%. So this is our depreciation rate, guys, over 5 years. The depreciation rate is basically 18.47% per annum. And then now we are being asked to determine the cost of a new machine in 5 years' time if the rate of inflation is 6% per annum. Okay. Inflation, guys, is always compounded annually. Are you together? Even though you are not told, please, guys, let it sink into your mind that inflation, inflation is always compounded annually. So I know that the principal amount is the current price of the machine, which is 315,000 rands. I want to know how much would it cost in 5 years. So n will be equal to 5, and then the interest rate is just 0.06. I'm looking for the amount of a new photocopying machine in 5 years time. So I'll simply say A is equal to P 1 plus I to the N. This is just 315,000 rands, 1 plus 0.06 all raised to the power 5. This will just give me the value of a new machine in 5 years time. 1 plus 0.06 to the power 5. So the price of a new machine, guys, in 5 years time will simply be 421,541 rands 6 cents. So this will be the cost of a new machine after 5 years. Okay, and then now we are told that the company sets up a sinking fund as soon as the old photocopier is bought. Okay, the first payment is made 3 months later at the end of the 3rd month, and the last payment is made at the end of at the end of 5 years. The interest rate for the sinking fund is 10.5% compounded quarterly. Okay, if the company makes quarterly payments of 12,000 into the sinking fund, will there be enough money at the end of 5 years in the sinking fund together with the together with the money received from selling the old machine to be able to buy a new photocopier? Show all necessary workings. Okay, over here, guys, we just want to know that our sinking fund plus the money we will receive whenever we sell this old machine of ours, the sum of the sinking fund plus the money we will receive by selling the old machine, will it be greater or equal to the value of a sinking fund? Because we will be able to buy a new photocopier if ever the total amount in future is greater than the price of the new machine. Are you together? Okay, so over here, guys, I can simply say the total amount in 5 years time will be equal to 113,000 that I will receive for selling the old machine plus my sinking fund. Okay, yeah, my sinking fund. Are you together, guys? But remember that, guys, sinking fund is just sinking fund, guys, is just the money you are planning to have in future to replace an asset. Are you together? So it's the money we want to have in future. It's not present right now, but we want it to be there in 5 years time. So sinking fund, guys, is always a future value. Let me write down the data for my sinking fund. X is equal to 12,000. The interest is 10.5% compounded quarterly. That's basically 0.105 divided by 4. And then M, since interest is calculated every quarter in 1 year, so how many quarters do we have in a year? We only have 4 quarters. That's why M is equal to 4. And the number of years, this will happen for 5 years, and hence N will be equal to 4 multiplied by 5, which is just 20. Are you together? Remember that, guys, N is the amount of times interest will be calculated, but always the time, guys, please remember that the amount of times interest will be calculated is equivalent to the number of payments. Are you together? So you can say N is the number of payments, or N is the number of times interest is calculated. Still the same thing. But what you don't know, guys, is how much will the investment be after 5 years. Are you together? So if the total amount, guys, is greater than that amount over there, that means we will be able to afford the new photocopier. Okay, I still have 113,500 plus the sinking fund. Remember that, guys, sinking fund is a future value, right? So I'll simply say X multiplied by 1 plus I to the power N minus 1 all over I. That's just 113,500 500 plus 12,000 rands multiplied by 1 plus 0.105 all over 4 to the power 20 minus 1 all over 0.105 all over 4. So if this amount, guys, is greater than 421,541 rands 6 cents, that means I will be able to buy a new photocopier. So let me just punch my precious calculator. That's 113,500 plus 12,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.105 divided by 4, all raised to the power 20 minus 1, and then all over 0.105 divided by 4. So the amount of money I will have in future is just 423,922 rands 46 cents. 46 cents. So this amount of money, guys, is greater than the value of a new photocopier. So the company will be able to buy a new photocopying machine. Okay, now let's move on. We are told that Thandeka plans to buy a car that costs 300,000. She will pay a cash deposit of 10% and take out a loan for the balance. The interest on the loan is 13% compounded monthly. Firstly, they want us to calculate the value of the loan. Remember that, guys, the total amount of the car is 300,000 rands. But Thandeka decides to pay only 10% of that 300,000. That means 90% of the 300,000 will be financed by the bank. Are you together? So therefore, the present amount of the loan will simply be 300,000 multiplied by 90%. Why 90%? Because the other 10% was paid off by Thandeka whenever she was making her deposit. Oh man, this is 90%, né? It's 300,000 multiplied by 90%, or by just 0.9. We'll simply get 270,000 rands. So this amount will be financed by the bank. Okay, the first payment is made 6 months after the loan has been granted. The loan will be repaid over a period of 5 years. Calculate the monthly installment. Okay. Over here, guys, we have a deferred annuity. There's T0, and then 5 years, that's T60. However, Thandeka will decide to pay her first installment 6 months after the loan was granted. So her first installment will be over there. So that means, guys, this amount of the loan, the 270 of the loan, has accumulated interest for the first 5 months. Are you together, guys? Why does it accumulate interest? Because, guys, the present value of the loan is always the amount of money you owe the bank just before the first payment. So this person has skipped the first 5 months, but will decides to pay at the end of the 6th month. So for the first 5 months, guys, this value of the loan was just accumulating interest. Are you together? So this is no longer the present value. It was going to be the present value if Thandeka decided to pay just 1 month after the loan was granted. Excuse me. So now the new present value, guys, will simply be 270,000 multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate is 13%. That's 0.13 all over 12 to the power 5, because this amount will just accumulate interest for the first 5 months, né? That's 270 multiplied by 1 plus 0.13 over 12 all raised to the power 5. So the new value of the loan, guys, because Thandeka decided not to pay for the first 5 months, so now she will be owing an amount of 284,945 rands. Let me just not round off this final answer of mine. I would have said just 33 cents, but I don't want to round off this final answer. I will round off at the end. So they want us to find the monthly installments. So our monthly installments, guys, will simply be 60 minus 5. Okay, I now know the present value is equal to that guy, and then X, that's what you are looking for. The interest rate is just equal to 0.13 divided by 12. M is equal to 12 since the interest is compounded monthly. And then Y, this person, guys, in fact, let's just calculate N. N is just, guys, 60 minus 5. We'll simply get 55. Right, together. So N will simply be equal to 55. That means Thandeka will make 55 payments. Right, together, guys. If you start counting from 6 up until month number 60, that simply means Thandeka will be making 55 payments. So if ever, guys, I'm looking for X and I'm dealing with the present value, I'm just going to say X is equal to the present value multiplied by interest all over 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n. This will just prevent me from not making mistakes, guys. Né? However, guys, there are marks for substituting. So please do write the original equation. PV is equal to X, and then you'll simply have 1 minus 1 plus I to the power n all over I. So PV is basically equal to 498,000. Why am I lying? It's 945,000 rands, and then the cents are 3264. This is equal to X multiplied by 1 minus 0.13 over 12 to the power of negative 55 all over 0.13 over 12. Therefore, we can simply say X is equal to the present value, which is just 284,945 rands, 3264 cents, multiplied by 0.13 over 12 divided by the bracket 1 minus 1 plus 0.13 all over 12 to the power of negative 55. So the installment that Thandeka will be making is just 284,945.3264. Multiply this by 0.13 divided by 12 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.13 divided by 12 to the power of negative 55, close bracket. So the amount of money that Thandeka will be paying, guys, at the end of every month is just equal to 6,903 rands 85 cents. This is the amount of money that Thandeka will be paying at the end of each month. So that's how, guys, we're supposed to tackle this question over there. So please, guys, do stay tuned and wait for more videos. Thank you.